What's up, you guys? This is J2 back with another video. Double upload today, and in this video I wanted to discuss James Harden. Now look, before I start this video, I'm very aware of course of all the moves that happen in free agency, but let's be real, we can spend a whole day talking about all the moves that happen in free agency. I would rather prefer to talk about individual moves that really help transcend teams to better positions than what they were previously in. And of course, well, this move is definitely detrimental for the 76ers and kind of too as well of a bad look on James Harden, because well, I did learn of course that prior to all this, of course, that when the Harden got traded to the 76ers and stuff, it was the handshake agreement between him and Daryl Morey that he would get another contract in the offseason. Of course, seeing what happened, especially in the playoffs and whatnot and the whole regular season, they kind of changed their mind. They said that James Harden was not really a piece that they wanted long term on this team. Now look, at the same time though, James Harden is still a very talented player. He was top in assists, one of the top people in assists this year. His scoring took a kind of somewhat of a big hit, but he was still overall a very, very talented player. And well, when that happened basically, and the offseason came, and the Harden, they didn't really offer him that contract that he was supposed to have. Of course, that caused a really big rift between him and the organization, because they had a handshake and agreement on giving him that contract, and it didn't happen. And the reality is now, of course, we all know that James Harden requested a trade. He opted into his deal, hoping to get a sign-in trade to a possible another team. And well, we don't know yet what that team could be. But for Harden, this is like what, the second or third year now that he's requested a team trade him away. Like, this is a lot for a guy of his caliber of player. But it's clearly obvious as well that he is chasing a championship. He wants to win an NBA championship. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like for Harden, time is slowly running out. He's in his mid-30s now. He's still playing really good basketball. He's one of the best playmakers in the NBA. But there are still some teams that could really use his services. I think the Miami Heat is definitely a great match for James Harden, possibly him going to the Miami Heat. The Heat offensively, as we've seen in the playoffs and in the regular season, even in the NBA Finals, it showed they can struggle at times to find their own shot. They lack that scoring and they lack that playmaking at times for guys, and especially now with that Max Strus and Gabe Vincent are gone, they need another formidable playmaker on this team other than Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler being some of their best assist facilitators on the team. They need a guy like James Harden, who's one of the league's best in assists, to come in and really just change the game for them on the offensive end. He can do that for this Miami team and bring structure to them on the offensive end of the basketball court. But the pick and roll combination of him and Bam Adebayo, I feel like will be great. James Harden throughout his NBA career has played with some pretty notable big men, and Clint Capella, and of course, and Dwight Howard, for crying out loud, and even, of course, just recently, Joel Embiid, and that still may be the case. But he's played with some really great big men, and he can really do something special as well with Bam Adebayo, because he's a little bit different from the other big men that he's played with in his career, because Bam is very, very versatile for big and can really guard the perimeter. He can guard inside the paint. There's many things that Bam can do differently from other centers that Harden has played with throughout his NBA career. Even though that really hasn't been discussed as much, I think the Miami Heat will be a really good fit for James Harden, possibly, and going there. Another team, of course, I believe that many people have, of course, talked about, and Harden himself, I believe, wanted the green light on this, was the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this is a very tough one in my opinion as well, because the Clippers are in a really weird situation, because it's like every year somebody gets hurt. This team has not really proven themselves to be a consistent team as far as health. And adding Harden to that team is possibly putting yourself at a risk, because what if these guys get hurt again? Well, what if another injury happens and that ruins their chances again? I feel like the Clippers, they're at a point now where if injuries again happen this next season right here, especially, even if they did do this trade, it'll be time to really blow it up, because it's no point of keeping guys in your team if nobody is going to be able to even stay healthy. We haven't not seen what the Clippers have been able to do, and they have proven, reality has shown that they can never stay healthy. So it's no point of really saying, oh, what can happen? What they've done it every year, and that's not being able to stay healthy. So it's really a risk bringing him on this Clippers team. And also, though, as well, changing the subject with this topic, the Clippers really have all the assets in the world to do a James Harden trade. You know, they have many key role players on their team, and they of course have Paul George you can possibly throw in there, which I doubt would possibly happen if they did try to do this trade, but it is a possibility that it can happen. And you know, they would want somebody in his return like a Paul George because, well, the Sixers are a contending team. They have Joel Embiid. He is about to turn 30 soon, and well, time is going to be slowly running out for him in the midst of his prime of really building something. So it's good to really now take that chance. Of course, we all have heard about the rumors of James Harden possibly making a return to the Houston Rockets. That's kind of been rumored all season long during the NBA season and whatnot. But I just feel like as far as the Rockets and the direction they're going now, especially with the young core of talent they have, the players who they brought in, it really wouldn't make much sense to have a ball dominant player like James Harden on that team of young talented players. It just really wouldn't make sense. But the reality for James Harden right now in his NBA career is that James Harden has always fell short in the playoffs. He's not really taken that big hump yet, and we don't know if he ever truly will now. Time is rolling out. He's already, let's be real, the stigma on him is that, you know, he just can't do it on the biggest stage, and that's just something that has consistently happened. Not only him, but even when he was with Joel Embiid, one of the best players who won MVP for crying out loud last season. And it has been well mentioned, as we all should know, that regardless what team that James Harden goes to, yeah, they'll be a better team, but Philadelphia is not really going to get truly possibly equal value in return. So don't be surprised if Joel Embiid does request a trade and the process of the 76ers is done. You know, it landed them nothing. The 76ers, man, they've had so many different constructed teams over the years and trying to make this work. And Harden just now requesting this trade, it just messes up everything for the 76ers. And now it's really going to question the possible future of having Joel Embiid still on this team. And any team that James Harden goes to, like how we just said, it's a very slight chance that they may or may not win an NBA championship. I've also heard rumors about even the Bulls being in that conversation for possibly trading for Harden. I don't necessarily see them going anywhere, but you know, trading away DeMar DeRozan in return for a guy like James Harden or whatever package that comes up with it is still not going to be enough for both sides, especially the 76ers to win an NBA championship, and the Knicks as well. I mean, Jalen Brunson is playing some of the best basketball, you know, of his NBA career. He's played the best basketball of his career on this Knicks team, and the Knicks are pretty promising. I wouldn't really want to derailize that by trading for a guy like James Harden, and that's no offense, but it's the truth. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised either if he doesn't end up anywhere at the same time, because, you know, the Sixers, they're a contending team. They have to get the best deal possible. And, you know, you can even do a Damian Lillard trade for Harden or whatnot, but that will be really a good trade. That's probably the most realistically the best trade you can possibly do. But any other trade than that is not really going to be, I feel like, enough for them to win an NBA championship on either end. And other than the Clippers too as well, they're the only team that can really give a potential pretty good trade package. The Clippers, the Heat, or the Blazers with Damian Lillard, who also requested a trade. But let me know down in the comment section below, what do you guys think what's going to happen with James Harden in this trade? Let me know what you think. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos every single week. Have a great day. Peace.